Hey everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you. In today's video, we are going to be closing out the last 2 weeks of my budget and preparing my budget for the next 2 weeks. So if you're interested in that, I hope you'll stay tuned. Alright you guys, so we're going to close out, do a real quick recap of my last 2 weeks. For those of you who are new here, I budget per paycheck, so I get paid bi-weekly every other Friday, and I budget each Friday. I budget for the next 2 weeks. I only budget my income. I don't budget my husband's income, so there may be certain things that you'll see that you won't see in my budget, either because they are not coming due in the next 2 weeks or because they are not paid out of my income. Okay, so real quick, since I budget per paycheck, I always know what my bills are for the next 2 weeks. So there's no estimating on my part for my income or my bills, or the amount that I set aside for savings. The only part that fluctuates are my expenses, and we spent almost everything out of all of my envelopes this go around. So for groceries, we budgeted $300 and we spent $212. For fuel, we budgeted $40, spent all of it. For food fun, we budgeted $80, spent all of it. For miscellaneous, we budgeted $60 and spent $30. And for our water, which is our water jugs for our drinking water for the home, we budgeted $15 and spent $15. So when all is said and done, we came in under budget by $118, and that is going to be used for my games and savings challenges in the next 2 weeks. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to get out my iPad. Okay, so let's just move this to the side, and can you see? I think you guys can see okay. All right, so my payday is October 18th. So this budget cycle is going to cover the next 2 weeks until my next payday. So my next payday, let me take off my little sticky notes. So my next payday, because I get paid every 2 weeks, is going to be this Friday, which is November 1st. So we'll start November 1st, the month of November, with a new paycheck, and it'll be all nice and pretty. So this budget cycle is going to run us from October 18th through October 31st, so through Halloween. Okay, my income is me. Like I said, it's only me, and I am coming in at $16.88 this pay period. I do like to include my rollover money so that I can reallocate it. It's going to be like coming in as income so that I can reallocate it to go outgoing to a different category. So that rollover money is $118. And then also I have my extra money that I make. I just call it this and that. It's a side hustle, but I don't like the connotation of that. I don't want to feel like I'm like a hustler, or you know, like some kind of like boss babe that's like doing all the things to make all the money. I don't know why. I just don't like the way that sounds. Anywho, I'm gonna call it this and that, this and that, and that is $53, and that is the portion of my income from this and that that is going towards giving. So again, I want to show it coming in so that I can show it going out in a different category. Okay, so totaling that as my income gives us a total of $1,859. Okay, and then for our bills, let me grab a highlighter, you guys. Let's see. We are going to highlight my payday here on October 18th with this little peachy color. And then with this paycheck, we're going to pay the Verizon the Edison, which is our electricity, and phone insurance for my daughter's phone. Those are the only bills that I have, because looking into November 1st is payday, and then the rest of my bills will come after the November 1st payday. So the only bills that I'm going to be paying with this paycheck are these 3 that I've highlighted. And let's just put that here. That's going to be 10/18 paycheck. Okay, so just these 3. So it's going to be Verizon, which is our cell phone, and that's $195. And then it actually went up. It used to be $175, but it went up by $20. The next one is our Edison, Southern California Edison, which again is our electricity, and that's coming in at $180. And then phone insurance for my daughter Kayla is $10. So our bills this month, or for the next 2 weeks, are $195, $180, and $10. So $385. Okay, so if we take $1,859, which was my income, and subtract $385, we are left with $1,474. Okay. Moving over to our expenses, we'll probably end up just doing the same thing. I'll probably do $300 in groceries, $40 in fuel, $80 in food fun, $60 in miscellaneous, and $15 in water. And again, that's our water jugs for our drinking water. And that will total $495. So if we subtract that from this amount, $1,474 minus $495, then we're left with $979. And I think we're going to be cutting it kind of close this go around, you guys. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I like to put aside $100 for Mini Mondays so that I can play for 2 weeks, $50 each. Same for Faith Fridays, 2 weeks, $50 each. I'm going to do $100 towards vacation, which I do every other week. And then my games, let's try to do 100. And then with my rollover, we'll do games with rollover money, and that is $118. So that's going to be allocated into games as well. So this part is $518. So $979 minus $518 is $461, which is not a lot. That's not a lot going into sinking funds. So I'm going to put that up here, $461, so I know what I'm working with. Let's go ahead and do my annual expenses, because these are for sure. So Auto Club is going to get 10, Canva is getting 5, Costco 7, Dog Tags 10, Escrow is 15, and that's our escrow count in case there's a shortage for our mortgage escrow account. P.O. Box is $12, Prime is 7, Tahoe Tags is 5, taxes is 15, and again, that's tax preparation. We have an accountant who helps us, so that's not a tax bill. And then truck tags is 7, and then that totals $93. Okay, going over to priority, which priority and annual are, they go they're not hand in hand, but they're both equally important. Giving is going to be, what did I cut? 168 plus this 53 from this and that is 221. Okay, next holiday. I put this category in here just so that I could maybe work towards funding whatever I might need for the next holiday dinner. Not like Christmas gifts or anything like that, but we get together a lot with family for, Thanksgiving, obviously, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Sometimes we'll just get together for our barbecue. We have something coming up for my nephew in November, so I just want to start putting things, putting a little bit extra aside for that. So we're going to do $10 to next holiday. Date night we're good on. I'm probably, let's try to do $10 to each of the kids, and then $40 to month ahead. So that's $221 plus 10, 20, 30, 40 plus 40 is 80. So 301 there. So 301 plus 93 is 394, and we're already really close to our 461. Okay, so last budget cycle I added a little bit of money to my revolving and my long term, just because I had a little bit of extra money. We're not going to do anything extra to long term. Long term is funded through my Mini Mondays, and so I know that eventually those categories are going to get money. But revolving, I do want to add to that. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I think we're doing really good. Hold on one second. Let me get my binder. I think we're doing really good. Hobbies, yes. Beauty, yes. Clothes, gifts, yes. I'm going to add a little bit to pool supplies. So let's go ahead and do $20 to pool supplies. For the puppers, we'll do 20. And then extra utilities. Ooh, should I pull from here? No, we'll let that go. We're just going to keep building that up. My gas bill is going to go up here in the next couple months, because it's going to be cold and we're going to be running our heater. So we'll just save that money for our gas bill. Okay, so if we do $40 here then total in our revolving, and then nothing into long term, what are we left with? 301 plus 93 plus 40 equals 434 minus 461. That leaves us a $27 buffer. I usually like to have a little bit more going to buffer than that, but we just gotta tighten our belts, you guys. And someone had asked what my buffer is, and that's just or they had asked how do I repay my buffer? What do I do in order to do that? So if I'm out and about and I don't have any of my envelopes, I swipe my card, and then I come home and I pull the receipts out of my wallet if I, for what I've purchased. Usually it's not very much, but I'll pull the receipts out and leave them on my desk. And then I remember to come back and put it in here on my expense tracker, and then pull the money from whatever envelope category it needs to come out of. So that's kind of what I use my buffer for. Sometimes though, in all honesty, sometimes I'll swipe my card and just forget that I swiped my card, and then I don't quote unquote pay myself back. It just comes out of my buffer. And I do that. Sometimes I do that enough to where my buffer is going down, 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 and it's getting depleted. So I try to build that back up, and then it goes down, 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 and then, it's a vicious cycle, but it is there in case I need to swipe my card or make an online purchase or anything like that. But I think my buffer is shrinking. So normally, like I said, I would like to put more than $27 in there. Last month I had $113. But that's just something that I need to be more disciplined with myself as well, in remembering to pay myself back from my envelopes and not let it ride on my buffer. So anyways, I think that's gonna be good. So we have 301 plus 93 plus 40. So we have 434 in our sinking funds this go round. And that's going to be from 1018 to 1031. Okay, so then if we swipe back over here and do 434 for my sinking total, we have 461 minus 434 equals $27. Okay, so then that means we're going to have a 27 buffer. And then we need my highlighter. We need $4.95 in cash for the expenses. We need my mini Monday, Faith Friday, vacation, and games. We're not going to count $118 because that is coming from rollover money from my expense envelopes, which I already have cash on hand for that. And then we're going to get the $434 for the sinking funds. So we need $495 plus 400 plus $434. So we need $1,329 in cash. Okay. I think that's going to be a good budget. Like I said, normally I like to have more of a buffer, but you know, things are just getting more and more expensive. And oh, I was going to add an extra $8 for my Christmas IOU. Oh well, it'll just have to be what it is. And we'll just have less money to play with in the Christmas binder. Sometimes we can find money in our budget, you guys, and sometimes we can't. Sometimes it just has to be a little tight for the next 2 weeks, and that's what it's going to be for us. So yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm still funding my annual things, which is not like a hard and fast that I have to do. It helps me stay on track in order to make sure that I have those things funded by the time they roll around. But you know, if I don't make the $5 into Canva this budget cycle, I can always do $10 the next budget cycle, as long as I'm, you know, staying fairly current with those. But I do like to put them in there and just kind of like tighten up in other places. Same with my priority. I mean, same with all my categories. It's not like a do or die situation if I don't get money into those categories, but if I don't put them into the categories, then I'm going to leave it in my buffer, and I'm probably, in all honesty, going to end up spending it somewhere that I don't need to spend it on. So it has really helped me to do the cash envelope way, because I'm actually seeing the money go rather than just swiping. It's so much easier to spend money when you're just swiping, right? So this has helped me to stay focused. Doing my budget every 2 weeks is helping me stay focused. And in all honesty, getting on here every 2 weeks to do my budget with you guys is helping me stay accountable. Like, I know you guys are looking forward, I think, to a budget with me video, so that makes me think, okay, I gotta rein it in, and I have to buckle down, and I actually have to do my budget, because you know, if I weren't recording, if I didn't have my channel, I would probably not budget all the time like I should. But this helps keep me accountable. So yeah, I just want to encourage you guys. I know that times are really hard, especially for those of us who are on a lower income. It's getting really hard. But whatever you can save is something saved, right? If you can only put $5 into one category, that's $5 more than that category had last time, right? So don't get discouraged. Just keep plugging away. And hopefully things will turn around, because yeah, I get it, you guys, it's tough. So yeah, I would like to give my kids more money, but I just can't right now. So yeah, sometimes things are going to be tight, and then other times, like the last pay cycle, I had a little bit of extra money. Probably because I didn't have as high of bills to pay. The end of the month is usually heavier for me, because I do have my cell phone bill, which is one of my higher bills. I think my cell phone bill and my internet bill are my higher bills, and then plus my electricity. So my cell phone bill didn't come out this time. I mean, my internet bill didn't come out this time, but my cell phone bill did, and it did go up. And then my electricity bill. So we just have to kind of make adjustments where needed, and just try not to get discouraged, and just try to keep putting a little bit of something to a little bit, right? A little bit to a little bit, or a little bit to a lot, whatever you can fit into your budget. And don't be afraid to make adjustments here and there, depending on, you know, what your income is. So, and don't get discouraged, you guys. It's really hard for so many people right now. So I just would encourage you to just keep going. And I know it's hard watching other people's videos, because I was there. It's easy to get discouraged by seeing how much money people are able to stuff in their envelopes. It's very easy to get discouraged, but I would encourage you to do your best to not. Budgets are very personal to your priorities and to your income, and you have to do what's best for you. Okay, so anyways, that is going to do it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and do my cash breakdown off camera, and then I'll be back for a cash stuffing. But let me go ahead and close this up. I think this is going to be a good working budget for this coming up next 2 weeks, you guys. If you are interested, I always forget to mention, if you're interested in the calendar or any of the budget worksheets, they are available in my Etsy shop, and my Etsy shop is always linked in the description box below. So if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. And thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.